Good morning and welcome to another edition of Top 10 Worst Ofs, the best worst of list in all of Tarnation. I'm your host for this evening's endeavor. My name is Mel Odram, the Irish host of this Good Morning Ireland for 17 years and 2 months, bringing a wealth of referential knowledge into what is now looked upon as one of the premier outlets for journalistic integrity in the entirety of worst of lists throughout the internet. Maybe I should start this over. Take two. Good evening. Welcome to the another edition of Top 10 Worst of Lists. The best of worst of lists. I'm your host for this afternoon's endeavor. My name is Mick Jagger, and Mick Jagermeister, Mick something, Mick Donald. I'm Mick Donalds, your host for another intrusive. I forget. I get all those words mixed up all the time. An intrepid journey through the darkest recesses of human experience to bring you a gonad's worth of information designed to turn even the most banal and surface-minded of lives into a deeply rewarding intellectual quest and such. For the last 37 minutes, Top 10 Worst of Lists has been referred to in many of the issues of the Journal of American Medicine as being a psychological benefit to those who've been confused and compromised in a world driven by and based upon lie after lie presented to us in what I lovingly refer to as the third-party outsourced propaganda ministry that many of you out there probably look upon as the mainstream media. We here at Top 10 Worst of seek to debunk those myths and unmask them for the malarkey that they are, deprogram you, and expunge the deleterious effects of their pathological compromises and liberate you from the burden of the intellectual prison that they've consigned us all to. Today's top 10. Oh, I'm telling you, today's top 10 worst of list is something really special. For all of you first-time viewers, long-time callers, long-time viewers, first-time callers. You've tuned in at an opportune time. Today's list is top 10 worst dumb politician jokes. Now, a lot of people will hear and, based on their predilection for surface-minded approaches to everything in life, see a thing, entitle a channel called Top 10 Worst of Lists, and naturally will project their own damage onto that and think that, if it's called top 10 worst stuff, that it's all about negative vibes, man. We're not about negative waves, man. Always with the negative waves, Moriarty. But it's not so. As it so happens to be, that the whole top 10 worst stuff thing it's a front. It's an eminence front. It's a put on. It has nothing to do with negativity. It's all about positive. I want to create a nation unified in effort and focus and vision to try to free us from the grasp of the malevolent overlords. And so that we can all together sing Kumbaya around Hands Across America, the campfire. Then we say, hey guy, I forgive you for all the things that I have taken my damaged perspectives out on. Because ultimately, I'm the one who's hurting inside. Can't you see? And then we can just go like, hey, buddy, I forgive you. There's nothing to forgive, man. Let's just it's chill. And get to the point where we no longer judge people based on what they are or paint people with broad brushstrokes anywhere at all, ever. And instead, look at people for who they are. Are you a nice person? Are you decent? Are you giving? Are you giving of yourself? Do you give charity without expecting anything in return? Do you help people out who are worth caring for? Do you go out of your way to be kind without ever expecting anything in return? Or are you just, a shriveled up raisin of a human being? I don't know what to tell you, man. But if you don't, it's not really as much about the top down as you think. The answers can come from within us if we just let it happen. And it's going to take some time, so you're going to have to be patient. You might have to not bump into the back of somebody with your frickin' shopping cart when it's like a high volume transactional thing going on at the grocery store. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't run into the back of somebody's legs with my frickin' shopping cart because I'm in a hurry so I can squeeze in the grocery shopping, slide in on my side piece to tear off a little something for myself and still get home in time for dinner. Screw your needs, buddy. Or maybe I shouldn't impose my religious beliefs on somebody else, just because I, know in my heart that I'm right and I'm better than anybody else because of my own personal belief systems. And nobody else deserves to have their own personal belief systems except for me. Maybe not. Anyway, so that's what today's top 10 worst politician jokes. It's not about necessarily denigrating what's out there. It's about, in a weird way, kind of empowering people. These are, after all, difficult times to find any, trust or ascribe any, adulation on any of our politicians. They're all, hurting us in the service of the billionaire class. All of them. Every single one of them. Out for themselves, out to hurt the working class and exploit them and suck them dry and then wipe out the human race to replace them all with AI robots. Am I right? High five! Too freaking slow. Take a bus, you... Anywho, bad things happen to bad people? No. No, they don't. And that's an issue. right there. But bad people are only happy when they see bad things happening to good people. And amongst the bad things that are happening to good people are the hatred, are stemmed from the hatred that we have for each other. What's the freaking point? You know what? We share a lot more in common than we do in differences. We're all going to die. Surprise. We all have a sad ending awaiting us. There's no happily ever after for anyone. Hey. Number 2, we all want to be happy, have some laughs, Big surprise, real freaking big surprise. We all want a tasty jam, right? Tasty jams, man. Everybody wants a tasty jam. You might like different styles of where you get your tasty jams from, but you sure aren't getting it now from the corporate-dominated music industry, are you? You're getting a bunch of plastic, children of rich people, and computerized digital garbage that doesn't even really exist, that people aren't even actually doing. And you get 43 different colored vinyl discs for Dead Poets Department or whatever, from somebody's like the biggest star that there is the biggest exploiter of their own fans and sucking them dry like parasites. These aren't, that's not tasty jams, that people just like being moved by. People used to have like part of like a true romantic relationship, and I'm not to be too much of a grandpa here. I'll move on quickly, but the thing is, people used to have a song. That was our song. What are the people going to say that's our song from today's day and age? Wet ass pussy, cat, something, I don't know. Trying to avoid any deleterious strikes against my WAP. So that's our song. Oh, they're playing a song. It's just pathetic. There's nothing endearing about it. There's nothing that has true human inspirational elements within it anymore. There's nobody worth looking up to. There's nobody that people to really idolize that is, just completely doing things for the joy of doing things. And it's a darn shame. And I'm here to call it out. And top 10 worst politician jokes, today's topic is all about having some laughs. These people are laughing all the way to the bank at our expense. Why don't we just have a few innocuous laughs and try to keep them as unpartisan as possible? Which brings me to the disclaimers of today's show before we indulge in the list itself. Number 1, I'm an oddball. I think you probably figured all that out. I've spent 30 years trying to build a bloodless revolution as an underground sort of grassroots type of guy in Chicago. Total failure. A complete washout. Not even a has-been. Never was, I guess, if you use those types of colloquialisms. I've done everything I can to create a revolution based on empowering what's good in people. So that make them too strong intellectually, morally, culturally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, to be dominated by the agenda of the ruling elite. I mean, it's not really all about just letting us, they couldn't steamroll over us and lie to us and everything like that if we were all so educated that their lies were obvious, pitiable works of madman and sociopaths that they are. And I'm not any big old intellectual or anything like that. I was an accountant for 30 years. While I was at night, I was trying to fight the powers that be. During the day, I had to work a square job and everything like that. It was, I paid my dues and got crushed, I tell you. And it's a goddamn shame. I had the whole thing figured out. But the people I was trying to help wound up being the ones that attacked me the worst. Number two, I'm not partisan. I'm not going to play the game anymore. It's a game. It's all a ruse. And it's not, like really something that you didn't see coming. The Machiavellian idea of divide and conquer is something that he wrote in like the 1400s. Right? Okay. 600 something years ago. Some guy wrote out a strategy that that the robber barons and the billionaire classes have been applying against us for 600 years, and yet you still can't see through it, can you? I'm not going to play the game anymore. And again, it's not saying this for any kind of moral high ground. It's just saying that we all need to stop playing this game. I don't see any positive attributes coming out of whatsoever. And if we don't learn how to collectivize and turn our energies towards liberating ourselves to get out from under the boot heel of our overlords and the true oppressors of this world, and we're doomed without any possible way of getting out of here, because there's absolutely no representation for the working class in any aspect of our society at large. Not culturally, not creatively, not politics or education, nothing. So if we don't represent ourselves with some sort of powerful collective and build institutions dedicated towards advancing the cause of the working class, and the middle class, and the small business owners, and the blue collar types, there's never going to be any change to the relentless gravitational pull of this downward spiral that they've set us upon. And that's it. I'm a golden rule guy now. From now on, that's it. Do unto others as you would do unto you. A case-by-case basis. Is that person nice? Is that person, hardworking, honest, self-sacrificing? Any of those good attributes that make up, what I believe every person should aspire towards. If you got those qualities, then great. Let's party. If not, then, quit dragging the rest of us down with you. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna, just play these games anymore. There's no time left. All right. So, and a lot of people have been writing me in terms of like the top 10 worst I've listened. They're like saying like, "Hey, buddy, wait, what was my name again today? Melodrama. Melodrama. Mr. O'Drama," they say, "there's no way that these top 10 worst of lists are on the level. This is just a bunch of made-up malarkey and politicized bulldink that you're using to pull the wool over our eyes." No, I'm afraid not. You're, again, projecting your own damaged goods onto me, and it doesn't fit. You can try to box me in and put me on the shelf, but it's just not going to work. None of your answers fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit a little bit. No, but in all seriousness, to put all the extraordinarily hysterical antics and musings aside for just one moment, if I can level with you, just be honest with you for a second. It doesn't work. I'm not that person. Okay? I have not, I'm not out to get you, lie to you, or trick you, or talk down to you. I'm looking to build bridges, to mend fences, and this is a labor of love, God damn it. You goddamn pigs. oh, now I've gone and done it. But these top 10 lists are put together by clinical experts, former used car salesmen who gathered together with me to come up with these lists. We gathered together out in front of the No-Tell Motel on Lincoln Avenue in Chicago. And we come up with these lists while taking copious doses of psilocybin mushrooms mixed with Demerol and come up with these lists. And we're so respected in the industry of top 10 worst ofs that we actually have commercial sponsors. So before we get to it, I got this thing here. I got to make the thing with the thing. This week's, what is it again? Top 10 worst of list is in part sponsored by Batman and Rubbin from the producers of Batman. Now comes Batman and Rubbin movie. Or musical. The musical on ice. Coming soon to the place near you. And new from Disney, the studio that has so much originality and liberating content that it's just silly at this point. Comes the this from the producers of The Mandalorian. It's the Machiavellian, designed to compromise your freedom and free will by pitting you against your fellow human being. And also from the producers of the silent movie from the 1920s, the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Now comes the Cabinet of Dr. Calligraphy. It's a stunning horror tale of a somnambulist who captures a hellspawn and has him doing all kinds of ornate calligraphy on wedding invitations and place cards. It's the Cabinet of Dr. Calligraphy. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, makes you want to really envy the dead, doesn't it? All right, so let's get on with the business of the hand, ladies and gentlemen. Top 10 worst dumb politician jokes. I should be able to plow through this faster than Ryan Reynolds plows through Blake Lively on a Friday night sexcapade. Doesn't Ryan Reynolds kind of make you think in the back of your mind when you look at Ryan Reynolds? You think that that's the guy that they really toss around like a rag doll at all of these Eyes Wide Shut style bacchanals and Bohemian Grove types and stuff Ryan Reynolds is like the dirty dish rag of boy toys at these, power broker affairs. Top 10 word title. Number 10. Why is the government like a diaper? Because they're all over your ass and they're full of crap. Yeah. Here we go. Number 9. Top 10 worst dumb politician jokes. What's the difference between a politician and a pothole? You'd swerve to miss the pothole. Number 8. Top 10 worst dumb politician jokes. Your mother-in-law, a politician, a lawyer, and the Jonas Brothers are stuck inside a burning building. What do you do? Go to a movie. Bad stuff. Took about 35 seconds writing this entire script. Number 7. How do you stop a dog from humping your leg? How do you stop a dog? I don't know. How do you stop a dog from humping your leg? Have a politician give him a blowy. Yeah. Woo. Number 6. Speaking of politicians, what's the difference between a blimp and 365 blowies? One is a good year and the other one is A great year. Exit. Stage left. Number 5. How do you know the CIA has searched your house without a warrant? How do you know? It smells like ass and your dog is pregnant. All right, number 4. What's the difference between Donald Trump and Jane Fonda? What's the difference? Jane Fonda actually went to Vietnam. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. That one. That was the winner. All right, number 3 of the top 10 worst dumb politician jokes. What's the difference between a politician and a catfish? Do you know? People? Mouth breathers? Anybody? Anyone? One's a scum-sucking bottom feeder, and the other one's a fish. Hey, got you there. That was good one. That was my. I've been working on my imitations lately. I used to have only one good imitation. I used to do Mr. Roper from Three's Company, and here's my Mr. Roper. There you go. And then I added just recently the Steve Martin version of Inspector Clouseau from the Pink Panther movies. Here we go. Good one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, number 2, the top 10 worst of dumb politician jokes. You know what the worst thing about political jokes is? They get elected. Disappointing. How did that one get to number 2? All these other gems, all these other frickin' Maseratis. I let the one Cash for Clunkers deal get through to number 2. I need my quality control guys gotta put him under the microscope. Our number 1 is top 10 worst dumb politician jokes. What's the difference between a politician and gonorrhea? You can cure gonorrhea. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Sad but true. Well, I think you can get a little sense of it after that monstrous list of profundity and parlez-vous-français. I don't mean to say that what we need to do is learn how to learn how to love all over again. It's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that, occasionally we need a little bit of a boost in the arm that allows us to laugh at the absurdity of it all while still staying on topic and trying to point out to the fact that our frickin' politicians are compromised at a cellular level and looking to enact our doom and perhaps even eliminate the entire human race and replace us with AI robots. And the way they can afford to, send, us to the gas chambers and finally rid themselves of the great unwashed and consign us to an open-air gas chamber made out of some advanced COVID type of virus that they unleash on all of us after they cattle car us down to areas that won't affect them, and they exterminate the human race. And that's why they haven't spent any time, energy, or effort in trying to stop global warming, because they know within the next 10 years or so they'll be able to start exterminating us en masse. Because you've seen the billionaires and stuff like that. Do you really think that the billionaires are going to start dispensing 8 billion monthly basic universal income checks to all of us just so that we could sit around and do nothing? Am I bursting your bubble, or did you really think that was what was going to happen next? Ooh, I did burst your bubble. You did think that was going to happen next. Oh, you poor thing. I'm so sorry to have sprung it on you without any, what you call spoiler alerts. Anyway, that's all the time we got for Top 10 Worst of List. What an incredible time. I think everybody can be on the same page and admitting that this has been one of the most incredible experiences of all of our lives. I really feel spiritually connected to each and every, both of you, I should say, that have watched this video. And I'm really just so proud and so full of esprit de corps now that we've been able to get on the same page together and finally work as one towards our liberation. Cast off the shackles of our indentured servitude once and for all. Claim and grasp onto our birthright. That each and every one of us are entitled to an equal opportunity for equity and justice in this world. Just kidding. Anywho, just a reminder here, everything I've said here is just opinions. I don't necessarily have like a exclusive monopoly on intelligence and visionary elements within our compromised society that what I say here can be defined as the irrevocable truth. Far from it. I'm saying that I don't know what the hell is going on. And this is just the best informed decision that just like some random schmuck like myself could make out of the mess and the goo and all the various different messages. I mean, I see in just the regular news every day, I see 3 or 4 different versions of what to expect from the same thing. They're bombing the things in there. They're not bombing the things in there. They're making progress on the things over there, and they're not making progress on the things over there. It's not really, it's like they're taking you in 5 different directions in the same news cycle. Nobody can figure out what the objective truth is anymore, and that's part of the situation that we're all forced to contend with. And the best I can do is provide some historical perspective as to who these monsters really are and these profligate demons and what they're trying to do to us and how they feel that they're sort of at this point have disposed of all of the enemies in their path and can operate with impunity without any fear for being, it's like they're the top of the predatory food chain and there's nothing else that can threaten them. They can do what they want and push us around. And that's just the way it's gotten. Everybody's been sort of totally detached, taking an 80-year-long map since the end of the hostilities in World War II, and don't even know, even though it's blatant, all the lies and the obfuscations and the compromises and the deleterious actions that they've taken against us are so freaking obvious that nobody could possibly think that we would let it go unless we were just so completely detached and didn't even give a rat's ass about what our future looked like. Well, you know what? It's time to pay the piper. All the 80-year-long vacation that you took, all of a sudden, you got to pay for it. The bills come due. And the bill collector is a giant AI robot who can tear you to shreds without even thinking twice about it, that's sentient, and that can replace you on the job, just about any job that we can do, they'll soon be able to do instead of us. And they can just take it and dispose of the organic human race is done. No longer needed. So on that note, it's a joyful but heartfelt thanks to all of you for tuning in and being part of this shaking of the fist of the dying and the light that I've made here, and just a plea to each and every one of you to let go and let God, and let's try to get through this mess together. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. One more